If you have been thinking about making a move to the Locust Grove area or searching for homes for sale in Locust Grove, Georgia, or even McDonough, Georgia, in this live video, we are going to be diving deep on the 5 new home buyer incentives that you are going to want to know about. By the end of this video, you're going to know where you can get the best interest rates, where they are paying for 10,000 or more of your closing costs, but you're going to really understand how these incentives benefit you. And also at the end, I'm going to be sharing, I was going to do one, but I was going to do two of the top picks of this month. In case you're new here and new to the Locust Grove New Construction Queen channel, I'm Teresa, the New Construction Queen, your go-to real estate agent for all things new homes in Locust Grove, Georgia, and the builder incentives. With that being said, let me go ahead and share my screen. That way we can get rocking and rolling. If you are live, say what's up. If you are watching the replay, let me know that you are here. This will be considered October 2025's pretty much a real estate market update. Now, if you're watching this and you are not really familiar with Locust Grove, maybe you are going to be relocating to the area and you're hearing about all these things, let me give you some fun facts. First of all, this area is on the up and up. It is basically like what McDonough used to be, if you have heard of McDonough, even Stockbridge. The other thing to know right now, it is still considered a USDA area for those who can qualify. When you combine USDA qualification with builder incentives, it is the opportunity to buy a brand new home for nothing. In case you're not sure of the area, you're going to have easy access within minutes, no matter where you live, to I-75 down to Macon, Florida. You're 40 miles to the airport, hospitals, entertainment, Tanger outlets, all the things that you need. But if you're watching this and you're like, but I really, really want to be in McDonough. I love McDonough. You are 15 to 20 minutes from shopping, all things that McDonough, Georgia has to offer. On my channel, I do have a video of a little bit of a breakdown of what Locust Grove looks like, but I also want you to know the average home price in Locust Grove and even McDonough, because Locust Grove presents an opportunity for home ownership. Right now, there's like 1 or 2 homes that have been price reduced as low as $349. They're worth more than that, but it's a good entry point. And as you can see, the best price home in Locust Grove is $549, whereas in McDonough is $714,000. Now, I don't know where you're watching this from, your income, your qualification, but as you can see, Locust Grove has something for every person. That's why I love keeping you up to date about what is going on. In case you have been watching the news and hearing all of what's going on, the current interest rate in the Locust Grove area is a 4.99% or even less. That's why you're watching this video, because I'm going to be sharing with you a couple of opportunities where you can get a 2.75, 3.99, 4.99. But I also want to remind you that what I am talking about is new construction homes. So if you're on Zillow and you are looking at a listing or resale home and you see, oh, this home costs $349, that is not going to be what I'm talking about here. Okay, that is different. And at those homes, you will not have a 4.99. You will likely have a 6.5%, a 7% interest rate, and that changes everything. With that being said, I want to remind you, as you're watching this video and any others on my channel, how can I actually help you? Yes, I am a real estate agent, but my goal is to help you find the best home with the best financing at the best time. Best time is relative. Maybe you're like, oh, I'm working on credit. Your best time looks different. Maybe you're relocating and has to find employment here. Your best time looks different. Maybe you're coming to the area for a weekend and you want to decide right now this weekend. We're going to do what is best for you whenever your time comes. And my favorite thing of all is really being able to be your sounding board to help you make the best decision. You can schedule a Zoom call with me, and I promise you, we're going to be laughing, we're going to be praying, and we're going to be planning and planting your seeds. So now let's get into why you're here. But I want to give you some reminders before we dig in. These incentives are based on using the preferred lender with whatever community's builder lender there is. So let's say you're already pre-approved. That's going to be helpful. However, you will need to submit a new application in order to tap into what I'm talking about. If you have a lender friend or someone you follow on social media, that's all well and good. However, in order to get what I'm talking about in this video, you will need to apply with the preferred lender. This will also be for buyers who are looking to purchase within 30 to 45 days. So these will expire at the end of November, so right after Thanksgiving. These incentives change whenever they change. So even if you watch this video and you call me next week, this could be different. That's why I encourage you to either be on the VIP list, link down below, or get in touch directly. But I say all that to say that they are building so many homes in Locust Grove that no matter when you watch this video, when you get in touch, there will be an amazing incentive, great interest rates, and there will be a home for you. So even if you're watching this right now and you're not quite ready yet, I want to encourage you not to be discouraged because this area is jumping. I promise you. So now let's get into why you're really here. But I like to preface this with a lot of information because it's important to me that you understand. When I get into the different incentives, you're about to be like, well, what are the qualifications? Basic qualifications are going to be 620, 640 credit score, depending on the incentive. I'll get into that a little bit later. And then, are there any strings attached? Usually I say no. However, this month has some new things going on, and I wouldn't call them bad strings. There's just things that you are going to want to know so that you can make the best decision for you. So are there strings? Kind of. But they're not bad strings. They're just different strings. And I'm really excited. And then finally, why do I teach about the incentives? Because 3 reasons I'll give you, and there probably are more. But the first one is that so you can understand and decide what's best for you as you pursue homeownership. I believe like when you don't understand something, you say, oh, I don't want that. I don't know how that works. They're trying to get me, right? And that's not the case because these builders are really making homeownership possible and even attainable. The second thing is, let's say you watch this video and you're driving around and you go into a model home without me, without guidance, without an agent. If they say to you, oh, we have a 3-1 buy down or 4.9910K, whatever, I want you to be like, oh, I know what that means because T taught me how these incentives work. That way you become an informed and educated buyer in this market when there's so many things going on. And then finally, these incentives save you money. I'm getting ready to show you how this one incentive will save you $50,000. That's a lot of money, and it makes home ownership possible. I'm sure there's more, but those were the 3 I will give you right now. This topic is not sexy, but it's important because I can help you find a great home where you're going to fall in love, but you really need to know the financing part, and that leads me into my first incentive for this month. Number 1 incentive is going to be a 2-1 rate buy down and all closing costs paid. Now, I did my best to show you what the home kind of looks like. That way you can kind of see. But this incentive is where your year 1 is the lowest, year 2 is a little bit higher, and then you're fixed at a 4.75. If you are considering buying a resale home, you will not have an opportunity to have a 2-point, 3-point, 4-point anything in this market. Because they're paying for your closing costs here, that's also going to save you an additional $10,000 or more dollars depending on the purchase price. That means you'll save not only $10,000, but let's add up all the math of your monthly mortgage just because of the lower interest rate. Now, for my people who are like, okay, I hear you, but what does that mean for my pockets and my mortgage? I want to explain to you what this looks like and why it's so powerful. Let's say your home price in this community is $404,000. There are some homes that are lower. There are some that are a little bit higher. Year one mortgage, as you see, $2,300. Year two mortgage, $2,500. But year three mortgage, $2,700. Now, in this video, I didn't go over the average mortgage, but the average mortgage is actually higher than that right now, and you would get this at a discount. This kind of incentive will actually save you. I did the math. Is it on here? This kind of incentive will actually save you. Let me go back one slide. This incentive will save you $7,200 over the course of your ownership, plus whatever they pay for your closing costs. So let's just call it around $20,000 that you don't have to come up with. It is powerful. The second incentive, and I'll tell you an error I have on here. The second incentive is a newer one that I'm seeing right now. I have not discussed this one on my channel yet. It is the 5-1 Buydown and $10,000 paid for your closing costs. This one, as you see, first 5 years, your fixed interest rate will be 3.99, which is huge. And then in year 6 through 30, you will be at a market rate. This kind of incentive is good for someone who is like, well, I really only want to be here for 5 years anyway, right? Somebody who is going to be very happy with saving 32. This at the bottom is wrong here. Going to be saving $32,000 because of this incentive. And really, it's more like $42,000. Let me give you an example. So in this example, home price $399, year 1 through 5, your mortgage is $2,500. In years 6 to 30, there will be an increase. You will have to qualify at a market rate, which is fine, but it will save you $36,000 over 5 years. That is crazy. Now, I'm not a math teacher. I don't do math, but if you calculate that 500 times 12 times 5, that's a lot of money. On top of your closing costs, that's $46,000. Okay. This kind of incentive is going to be helpful to have a really high credit score, because then you will get a better market rate, which will determine what your future mortgage will be. Why I like these first two incentives is because even with the increase in property taxes, the incentive outweighs it. Your property taxes will not go up $36,000. You will have an abundance of savings that you can put in a high yield or live your life, travel the world, whatever it is. And that's what makes this second incentive really, really cool. The third one, I'm ahead of my computer. Now, the third one is for my peeps who are like, I don't want no changes. I don't care about those savings. I just want to know what my mortgage will be. And that's it. What's cool about this one is that this incentive is actually at 3 of 7 communities in the Locust Grove area. 4.99 fixed, years 1 through 30. You don't have to worry about no changes in your mortgage except for property taxes. And they're going to be contributing $10,000 towards your closing costs. Now, these homes, as you can see, purchase price is from $364 to $485. There's 3 levels of homes in this community. We have our starter home, which are around 2,500 square feet. Then we have our estate homes that are bigger, 3-car garage. We have ranches that are larger, 3,200 square feet. And then we have our more luxurious, the luxury home where you see the fireplace in the owner suite, the double ovens, all of the things. Locust Grove has homes for everyone. Now, did I give you an example for this one? Let me check. Let's check. Okay, I didn't, because that was easy. All right, 4.99. That incentive doesn't get any more simple than that. Now, the next two incentives are actually the same. It's just that the dollar amount changes. This one is where you might hear a builder or them say 25,000 towards closing costs, 40,000 towards closing costs. Whatever this large number is, it is for you to use how you want to a degree. Either you can fully pay for your closing costs and then buy your rate down whatever's left. You can fully buy your rate down and then use it for whatever's left, or some kind of combination of both. In this case, your credit score matters because the rate is not bought down for you. They're going to look at your credit score, see what rates you get, and then use some of the funds to buy the rate down from there. Okay. In these cases, I love all incentives, right? However, these ones, your rate rarely is as low as 4.99 for anything, 3 anything, 2 anything, 1 anything. Never. The lowest I've seen on a buyer with this incentive has been a 6.25. That's not bad, right? However, it really does depend on what you are looking for. Now here, this is going to be actually at Heron Bay. They're changing up their homes right now. And now they are doing more entry level, start like smaller homes that are more like 2,100, 2,500 square feet. And purchase price $349 to around $399. And I gave you a look here. I will tell you, if you want a tub in your primary suite, they are not having any more tubs. And then the last incentive I will share with you tonight before we get into our homes is $20,000 towards closing costs. I'm going to add a caveat to this one because this is where I get to say for my buyer, hey, listen, I know y'all said 20,000, but we need 25. I know you said 20,000, but we need 25 and a fridge and a washer and dryer. So I love these homes. These are DRB, and it is exciting and fun to really take care of the buyer. Same thing though, credit score matters. Okay, remember, you use it how you want, pay for closing costs, buy down your rate, combination of both, right? To really be able to make it happen. As you can see, we got coffer ceilings, right? It's definitely an elevated look and feel. Here, you're going to have a purchase price between $414,000 and really $549,000. There's some range here and lots of different floor plans. Woo! That was a lot, but I hope that you are understanding how these work. And my question to you is, even if you have to go back and watch, which incentive is most appealing to you and why? Comment down below and let me know. Now, if you're asking me, if I was the person who was advising you, even though I have no clue who's watching this, which incentive is most appealing, it is truly case by case, because it's also going to matter, well, what kind of home you're looking for, right? What kind of price point is that you want to be in, and how comfortable you are with fluctuation in your mortgage. Personally, I just know myself. I'm like, give me the 4.99 and 10K. And I'll just live my life without having to worry about 5 years and 2 years and all of that good stuff. But I ain't the one buying a home, you are. And so what we'll do is figure out which incentive and home is a best fit for you and be able to put them together. The most important thing is that you understand how these work. And even if you don't understand how that works, that's what I'm here for. If you got some questions or you want a curated list of homes to tour based on your time frame, situation, income, all the things, that's a great reason to call or text 404-692-2196 or visit locustgrovenewhomes.com. You'll go there, pick a time. I'll reach out to you. We're going to get rocking and rolling and do a Zoom call, or we could meet in person. All right. Oh, one more thing. If you want to be the first to know when these things change or release and all that good stuff, I put a link to the VIP list in the description. Those people hear about all of this first before I go live. I'm very busy. Okay. Because I know that in case it's your first time watching a video like this, it is important to me that you understand. Before we get into our 2 home tour videos, reminder for you. The lowest interest rates. Everything you heard me talk about today is for buyers who bring their down payment, for USDA qualified buyers, and for VA loan qualified buyers. Incentives can apply for down payment or down payment assistance. However, it's not 4.99, it's not 2.75, it's none of that. It's its own entity, and that's not what's happening in this video. If you have questions about new construction and down payment assistance, get in touch. A video will be coming soon, but that way I can break it down for you. For the Dream, NACA, so on and so forth. There are several others. All right. I think that's it for y'all. Let's get to the home tours, and I'm going to be quiet. Okay. The first home I have for y'all tonight, you will see this in my channel, I think tomorrow or Thursday. This is the biggest 4-bedroom home in Locust Grove. It's a 4-bed, 3-bath. It's 2,900 square feet. But rather than me talk about it, let me just show you. Now I'm going to stay quiet. Will it play? Hold on, y'all. This is my first time doing it this way. I'm trying to get my model down. All right, let me go back. And let me make sure it plays. Hold on, y'all. I want you to see this home. Okay, it's saying it has not been uploaded to Canva. No problemo. This video will be on my channel, I want to say Thursday. But what I like home and why I chose it is because it's the biggest 4-bedroom. Welcome inside of so much storage space. That one is also where they're doing a 2.75, 3.75, and all that good stuff, paying all your closing costs. Those homes are sexy. So stay tuned for that. And I also have a story you'll find somewhere on this channel. The second home I got for you tonight is $4.99 and $10,000 for your closing costs. It's a 5-bed, 3-bath. Stay tuned. This one will work. 5-bed, 3-bath home for sale in Locust Grove, Georgia, with over 3,000 square feet of living space, a guest suite on the main level, and a sanctuary owner suite with a spa-inspired bathroom and sitting room. But here's the real win. Right now, you can lock in a 5.5% fixed interest rate and get $10,000 towards your closing costs when you use the builder's preferred lender. That means lower payments, less money out of pocket, and a chance to move in before Christmas. With quartz countertops, stainless steel appliances, copper ceilings, gas range, double ovens, covered patio, and a spacious open concept design, this home truly has it all. If you're ready to see for yourself, visit locustgrovenewhomes.com and schedule your tour today, and let's make sure you don't miss out on these limited time incentives. Upstairs is where this home truly shines. As you can see, the primary bedroom has its own sitting room, plus a spa-like bathroom with dual vanities, fireplace, garden tub, walk-in shower, and an expansive closet space. It's truly a private retreat at the end of the day. All of this nestled at Evergreen Crossing, a community designed for family living. You will enjoy access to a pool, playground, cabana, oversized home sites, and all the convenience of I-75, downtown Locust Grove, Tanger outlets, and top-notch shopping and dining. If you're looking for a home that blends timeless design with modern amenities and a fully smart home, this home has to be on your list. It truly does check all of the boxes. If you want to see it in person or run your numbers, I'd love to help. Visit locustgrovenewhomes.com to schedule your tour today. All right. I had two for y'all, but I only got one to play. So just go back to the videos to check out some of those. Now, there are so many homes, and I'm working on getting them out as fast as I can. But the best way is to just come and see. There's no pressure. If you're ready, fantastic. If you're not ready, fantastic. Just come and see what Locust Grove has to offer, and it's a good time. I'll remind you one more time before we go. My goal is to help you find the best new home with the best financing at the best time and have a lot of fun while we do it. And of course, my favorite part of all is really being your sounding board to really help you make the best decision. Many of the homes in the area are the same. And that's what makes the incentive stand out, because it really comes down to sometimes your preference, your out-of-pocket expense, or when you walk into a home, you just know, like, oh my God, this is the one. And then we help you get the keys to your home. And it is so much fun. What else I got for y'all tonight? One more reminder, questions. Get in touch. I literally am here to help. 404-692-2196, locustgrovenewhomes.com. And finally, I put the link in the description for you to join the VIP list. Be the first to know when these things change. Right now, we're in the middle of the month. It's a good chance they're going to change again November 1st-ish, because they always change things up. With all that being said, beautiful people, appreciate you guys watching. I hope this video was helpful to you. Until next time, or we talk again on Zoom, or I meet you in tour, I'm T, the new construction queen. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.